All right, we love. All right. So you think I should do that first or what? Okay.
No, like just. Oh.
Be quiet.
Welcome to the PowerTrip podcast live. You're tuned in tonight for our Thursday evening chat with your host
Charmaine.
and Saquon, of course. But as you know, every Thursday we come together. We want to talk. We would like to have discussions about controversial topics around the family, relationships, and our community.
Yep. We have three main goals on our podcast. The first goal is to strengthen communication within our community. Our second goal is to expand our perspectives to gain greater understanding. And last but most important, we want to build exceptional families that will continue to uplift the world around us.
Right.
So thank you guys all for joining. Please make sure you like the video, comment hello, hey booby.
What's up, booby? And subscribe if you're new.
Exactly. And tell a friend, share it with a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes. How you doing, boobies? Okay. Booby says she loves the shirt.
Thank you.
I should have worn mine.
Yeah, you should have. Actually, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Yes. How are you guys all doing tonight? You guys know we have to. Oh yeah, let me share too. Really quick. Refresh.
I'm good. Can't complain. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired actually.
Yeah, some tiredness just came over her like the last
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, but we are good.
Great.
Yes, great. All right, let me share this. Share now. All right. Okay. So I guess, hi, Anivan.
Hola.
How are you? How's your night going? You can jump into our topics after he finishes sharing.
What you like on that?
Myself. Oh. All right. So, first topic of the night. Hi, I'm Chi-Chi.
Hola.
Thank you guys all for joining us. So I guess we can get started.
All right. So, first topic of the night is proposing to men.
Women proposing to men.
Yes, women proposing to men.
We're doing well on Yvonne. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. But the concept of women proposing to men, obviously this is against the traditional process of things.
It's not traditionally how it's been done.
No.
But it's something that happens now. I still would say majority. I still think it's mostly men proposing to the woman.
Right.
But I do think it's more prevalent that women are proposing to men. Hey, Cousin Let.
Yes.
So, quick question. For all of you, because I think everyone in here right now is married. So, did you guys propose to your husband or did they propose to you? That'll be the first question.
Yeah, but I think it happened the way we're saying. But anyway, what do you think about that?
So for me, I feel like, personally, like I would never propose to you.
No, I know you would.
And because, I'll say why. So I just feel like for one, yeah, it's societal, traditional view. I just never in my mind ever thought that I would be proposing to a man.
Correct.
I thought, whoever I was dating, once we got to that point that they would propose to me. So it was just never a thought of, oh, I'm going to propose to you. And I feel like a lot of times women grow up thinking about getting married, wanting the family unit, and it's not necessarily kind of pushed on men the same way.
Okay.
So a lot of times when I hear about a woman proposing to a man, it's because she feels like he's not moving quick enough, or she feels like she wants it, and I think she truly wants him to propose to her,
but she can't depend on him to do so.
Exactly. So she feels like either he's not moving quick enough or he needs this push to do so. And I don't ever want to feel like I have to push you into wanting to marry me.
Right.
So for me, I like the idea of, and which happened, you proposing to me, you making that decision because you know what you want, I know what I want, but for you to take that initiative and that step to propose to me, I prefer that.
Okay.
So yes. See, Chi.
She said, "My husband proposed to me. In this regard, I'm a traditionalist. I'd never propose to a man, and I give a hard side eye to my daughter if she felt like she should."
Why is that, Aunt Chi-Chi?
Janae said, "Poor is not doing that, Aunt Chi-Chi." Yeah, so I could never see myself, like, I'll be honest with you, and I guess it's tough because it would be so messed up in the moment. And how can you have a discussion after it? But if you did that, I can't even see myself saying yes.
I feel like, and I think like the times that I hear about it, the women do it in a public forum, like they do it in a public space, so that it's kind of like you're not gonna say no.
But you want to know why? Because they don't care about your feelings at that time. They're not thinking about your pride or anything. They thinking, hey, equality. Women can do what men do.
I don't think that's what they're thinking.
Well, no, they want it to be played out the same. Like they want. You don't think they do it in front of people because of the same reason why I did it in front of people?
No. So I feel like a woman would do it in front of people because a man's more likely to say yes in front of everybody because he doesn't want to embarrass
to trap her. So trap him. You saying she does it to trap him?
Yes.
That could be an aspect.
From what I've seen, and I mean it's on television because I've never seen a woman in person propose to a man. No. But from what I've seen, it's like they do that with the notion, because why are you doing it in front of everybody? Like if you just did it, you and him, would you get that same answer? So I don't know. I've never seen it. You guys can let me know what your thoughts are on it. Chi-Chi, thank you for your input. Booby, would you have proposed to Vester? Let us know. Cousin Let, would you have proposed to your honey?
Yeah, I think.
And Aunt Yvonne, you as well.
It's something about it like that. I feel like, if I had a daughter, I would feel away, because in my head, I know this is something he don't want to do.
That's how you would feel.
Yes.
Because he didn't take the initiative.
Right.
I would too.
And it's tough because I do believe that is so many reasons. What's up, Damien?
Hey, Dame.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're talking about women proposing to men. Let us know your thoughts because I know you have some thoughts. Go ahead, honey. Sorry.
But
so you said,
I believe there's many reasons why they do it.
Why women do it?
Yeah, I think they could have an irresponsible man that she love him but he ain't going nowhere, so she gonna take the responsibility to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She been waiting 10 years. He keeps saying he gonna do it. He ain't do it. She gonna do it.
But
like maybe what you said too. It's been tough and she don't know. So she about to do it in front of everybody. She need that yes. It could be anything.
I get it, but if you have to, like, if you feel like you've been saying this is what you want, and you feel like your spouse or your wanting to be spouse, your partner is not taking the initiative, I don't know if I'd want to marry you. Like, I'm not gonna do this after you said especially if they said, oh, I'm gonna do it, and 10 years pass, and it's like you never step up to the plate. It would make me second guess, like, if you can't even take this step for our family, then when it comes to other big decisions, how are you going to handle those?
Right.
You know?
Which
Hey, Mama J.
I believe I do understand the importance in marriage, and I believe it and everything like that. But I for other people, I feel like some people may have their valid reason to not want to do it. You get what I'm saying? And they not always irresponsible. So if you gave them, big things to do, responsibilities or whatever standards you held them by, they might do everything, but that one thing, marriage, they just not.
But then there's some insecure there. There's some type of issue on why they're not taking that step.
No, that's true.
And
that's true.
We can't move forward until you figure that out.
That's true.
All right. So Booby says, you want to read it, honey, or you want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay. Y'all already know my story. Blood, sweat, and tears to get my ring. I was not doing it myself.
However,
go ahead, baby.
I don't see anything necessarily wrong with the woman doing it later or in the marriage for a vow renewal.
For a vow renewal?
What you talking about,
You
Janae?
don't re-propose.
I'm surprised at you.
No, well, for a vow renewal, I wouldn't expect you to propose to me again for a vow renewal. But I guess some people, I don't know. Do they do that?
No, isn't the vow renewal like just a straight up ceremony, like or event or something like that?
To celebrate that.
Yeah, like I propose to you first, and then it's all like you just do the whole process
again?
Over again?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it depends on the person.
Yeah.
All right. Anivon says, I know.
Yeah, that's interesting though. Sorry.
Okay. Anivon says, I know someone who did, but I thought she was very insecure. I think there's an underlying reason on why that would happen. I do agree.
That takes some boldness though.
For a woman to do it, especially because, and it's not to even say that, okay, like let's take away societal ideals, religious ideals. Like if someone proposing to someone doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's just because of our traditional values and just the way things are. And once again, I feel like with kind of gender roles, which I know not all of you guys agree with, but it just all plays a part in why things kind of happen the way they happen, even if it's a traditional value.
This is true.
Yeah. Cousin Let says, no, I wouldn't. It's not about roles. Oh, that's so funny. But for me to get married, I need to know that he loves me and is ready on that level. So if it's not about roles, Cousin Let, if you propose to him, why would you feel like you wouldn't know that he loved you and was ready on that level if he says yes?
That's true. That's true. Because it could be people that's ready to do it, but they can't muster up the courage to do it. That's a complete different thing. We know somebody that couldn't even give a female a bear, a teddy bear. So like, think about mustering up. Yeah,
but if you're with somebody,
you should be okay to do it. You should be okay to do it. Maybe you don't have to do it to the level that I did it, but you're right.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's a good amount. Well, not even the amount that I did it, but I did it in around a good amount of people. Right. And maybe you don't have to do that if you gotta get the courage to do it. But yeah. Damien says the Bible says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing." Ladies, sit pretty and be found, and let the man ask for your hand in marriage. And it's just weird. It is weird. It doesn't even look right.
Oh boy. Boo Biz, no, you have to type some of it in the comments. Not all, but some. So
not all,
but most. So after every podcast, we have like an after conversation with my cousin, and it's always wonderful. All right. Dean says
what I look like, big, black, and brawny. Letting my lady kneel down, and I'm like, yes,
honey, yes,
honey, I will. Like, come on. And they put up.
He said yes.
No,
I was gonna ask
that.
So
I seen the video. I just seen the video earlier. I should have put it up, and because I didn't really want to talk about people, so I didn't really put it up. But it was a video of a woman proposing to the man, and it's funny because he's sitting there like while she's on her knee, and he's like, like looking around like,
oh my
And he said yes. And then he's yelling. He's like happy. He's happy and yelling out. I said yes.
I'm getting married. I'm getting married.
Oh man, it was
just
funny.
So interesting. Yeah, I was gonna ask that, but one second, let me read. Cousin Les says, if I asked and he said yes, then I would be questioning it. So would you feel like if you asked and he said yes, he's just saying yes because you asked, not because it's something he truly wanted to do?
That's tough.
Tough. There she goes. She said it. Okay. Aunt Yvonne says, the couple I'm speaking of are still married after 30 years, so I don't know what the disconnect was. Interesting. That's really interesting. And because it's not to say that the guy doesn't truly love the woman, but it's something there
that's stopping him from from taking the leap. And it could be, it's so many things that it could be that maybe the reason is nothing about y'all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He might have, Cousin Les said, he might have felt pressured into it. So I prefer to wait for him. And that's what I'm saying. There's so many things where it's like, maybe it's just not pressure. Maybe it could be he is not the responsible one to move about it, you know?
I don't know, hun, because then I just feel like, it's like, and I hate to say it, but like, man up.
No,
like,
I get it. I get it. I'm just saying
a responsibility. If you know this is what your partner wants, it's like, okay, sometimes you have to like either, for women, if we had to do something, we have to woman up. For men, they have to man up. It's like even though you're scared, there's a lot of beauty on the other side of that fear. So just take the next step, unless you really don't want to.
No, that's easier said than done. That's
true.
That's like somebody that need to get their license. It would be definitely a benefit to get their license. They could travel all over the place, but some people just scared to drive.
Yeah, and that's a fear. What's the acronym for fear? It's like, dang, I forgot.
I'm not sure.
But basically, it's like fearing things that aren't really there.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, and no, it's not fearing things that's not really there, and that's the problem. It's fearing things that happen to other people or that you've seen or whatever, and you're internalizing those things on yourself.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It is. That's true.
Because the reason why I use the driving analogy is because people do get into accidents, but you could be the driver to go out there and drive safe and not get into the accident.
Yeah.
Damien says, well, first off, Cousin Les says, my husband and I, at the beginning of our relationship, both discussed never wanting to get married. So he could have never asked.
But he did. So
eventually he did.
Something about you.
But then him asking, at that point you would have to wonder if was it formal or not? You get what I'm saying? Or did y'all have a conversation somewhere in between that would have let him know that you were open to being married? Because if you always telling me that you ain't trying to get married.
But some people, I feel like, because I've heard that before too, where like one partner doesn't want to get married, but the other partner, and maybe the other partner started off not wanting to, but then as they grow in their relationship, one partner just does desire it. So it could be definitely a conversation.
That's what I'm saying, because I wouldn't if me and you start off like, yeah, we not getting married, right? What would take it upon me to randomly propose to you without knowing that you open to? Just
because you have this strong feeling, and maybe you just like, listen, I'm going for it. That's that courage.
I guess.
And yeah, the acronym I was thinking about is false evidence appearing real for fear. And so, like you said, it could be something else that they saw other people getting into accidents and things of that nature, or people being afraid to ride a plane, for example.
Right.
There's more car accidents than there are plane accidents, but people just feel like, they don't have control when they're in the airplane, and they're, they just seen bad things happen. So it's like, yeah, it can happen, but it's really not that likely.
Right.
But yeah. Okay. Damien.
Right. Damien says, on a serious note, I really feel that woman proposing,
hey, George.
pushes this strong women agenda. Like anything a man can do, I can do better, and also feels like Effeminate. Probably saying that wrong. Promoting feminist bullying. Um,
Too much?
Too much? No.
I agree to an extent. Go ahead though.
Yeah. I do what I think is the women that do this, right? I'm not gonna say that they necessarily trying to push the whole strong woman thing, but they're taking advantage of it. Because they might not be like that in everyday, just all the time. They might not even be like that in a relationship. They could be the submissive one in a relationship. But
and propose?
Right.
When did you see that happen?
What you mean, when did I see that happen?
You seen a situation where a submissive woman proposed to her husband?
No, but I'm just saying.
You just making up stuff.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's theory. Like, all I'm saying is, I think that if a woman just want to be married so bad, right, masculine or feminine in a relationship, it don't matter. She gonna, like, I think these strong women out here, it's actually women out here that's on the feminist movement, that's pushing strong women that can be submissive in a relationship. You don't think so? You think all of them not every single one of them not masculine?
I'm not saying masculine. I'm just saying I feel like a submissive woman, I don't think she would propose to a man. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's masculine just because she does it. I don't think she's trying to be masculine.
But if you back her down in the corner and she want to get married, right? You have a movement here that is pushing strong women and equality and everything like that. So it's easy to kind of push in your mind somewhere that this is okay. For the sake of her wanting to be married. I think it could go that far. I never seen it. I never seen it happen in person. Period. A woman proposed to a man. Mm-hmm. But this is what I think. That's just all I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, potentially, I guess anything is possible. And what I was saying, the part that I agree with is, I do think that some women look at it like, not necessarily, well, yeah, kind of like, if a man can do it, I can do it. There's no gender roles, there's no boundaries to what a woman can do. And so I think with that mindset, they look at it like, I know what I want. The same way how you have women today who will like go up to a man and talk to him first, initiate conversation. Like if a woman sees a man at the club, she may go talk to him.
Right.
So I think it's that mindset of, I know what I want, I'm just going to go for it, I'm not going to wait for him to do it. That kind of is what pushes the woman to do it.
And that's what I'm saying. You could be submissive and have that mindset though.
I'm trying to think.
With that being your goal, like that's just your goal. Like, you get what I'm saying? Your goal is just to get married. It's not whether I'm the masculine one in this relationship or submissive one. I want to get married, and if he's not gonna do it,
but why would you? Well, I guess then it goes to a deeper level. Because why would you still want to get married to someone who doesn't want to take to you?
That's a whole another story though. But that's the big grand scheme of it all. Though.
Yeah, interesting.
Right. We did have a little clip for it though. And Damien says, "Cousin Let, teach us. You put that thing down. A woman demands a certain standard, and then life standards change. Your husband respected the growth and wouldn't dare to lose you, vice versa." Nice. And then he says, "A woman kneeling to ask a man for his hand looks like desperation, anxiousness, uncertainty, and impatience to me, and ultimately I blame him."
I definitely agree. It seems like impatience. And then it also, I would blame him too.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's so okay.
You can't blame him
Is there a timeline on when someone should propose? Because I can see impatience, like if a woman really wants to get married, and let's say they've been dating 3 years, and he's like, he may want to, but it's not in his timeline to propose at that time. Is there a timeline on how long you should date before someone proposes?
I don't think it's a timeline on it. I think that's up to y'all.
But then when a woman who wants to be married and wants you to propose at a certain time, and let's say, okay, so like in this case, or like kind of we're talking about the woman proposing to the man.
Mhm.
Let's say 3 years are in. She wants a ring. She wants a ring. She wants a ring. She doesn't want to wait. The guy has it in his head that, yeah, I'm going to propose to her, but I want to wait till I'm a little bit more financially stable. Let's get to 5 years.
Right.
So she's like, I'm going to take it upon myself and just propose to him. You know what I'm saying? So how do you determine the timeline then? If that, in that case, he may have a timeline, but she has a separate one.
Well, at that point, communication is off. I mean,
yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Because a timeline on her end, if she told him, what, 3 years, you know, and he said okay.
Timelines being off.
Yeah, timeline was up because communication was off.
No,
not always. Not always. No. Sometimes it's communicated. So therefore, if it's communicated, right, and then she thinks she gonna propose to him, then it might be an issue. You get what I'm saying? Because he already told you. But y'all been going through this. Now, like I said, if he didn't say anything, if he just said okay, then that's the problem. Is you just said okay, and then in your head you made a timeline for yourself. So,
yeah. So it's still lack of communication.
Yeah.
All right. Rest of your cousin Les said then.
Cousin Les said, laugh out loud, Damien. It was something like that. I would not let him take care of me, and he had a desire to. I think he knew marriage was the only way.
Okay. Nice.
Aunt Gigi says, maybe if a couple has a certain understanding where there are not established gender roles, maybe it would really not. Maybe it wouldn't really matter. Why does it so long?
Who does it?
Who does it so long as it gets done?
Yeah, I think outside of our social constructs, outside of religious constructs, outside of just what's our norm,
right?
Like I was saying before, it kind of would be like anybody proposing to anybody. It wouldn't be such a big deal. But then I kind of feel like naturally and instinctively, things kind of happen a certain way. Like men typically approach women. And is that because of society? I never was told like don't approach a man, but naturally I just would want a man to approach me, I feel like. But maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because of shows and stuff. I
mean, that's really what it is. It's really TV and everything like that. Because like even think about the fact where they say a man, typically they try to show like men make more money than women, but a lot of times I could just look around and I see vice versa.
Well, it's changed over time,
right? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But I do see what Aunt Chichi is saying there.
Right.
I just think that you have to be nice and raised above a lot of these social norms for both people to feel like
gotta unlearn.
Yes. Damien says, I believe that once you make intentions known, you should work hard to obtain that goal, your goal. And unfortunately, you should establish when things should kick off. When going for a degree, we know we have about 4 years. We don't go to school forever. We have a timeline.
That is true.
That is right.
That is true.
And my G says,
sorry.
I don't agree with long engagements. You are not stringing me along. 2-year tops for engagement. Then it's time to marry.
That's interesting. Our premarital counselor with his daughter, he was like, her boyfriend needed to know in 6 months. He felt like in 6 months, you should know if you want to marry her. By a year, you should be proposing. He was like, anything extra, you're just wasting time. You know by a year.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because Saquon and I had the conversation where it's like, because we got engaged year 6.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, granted, we could have probably got engaged earlier, but I feel like everything kind of works out the way it's supposed to, and everything, timing happens when it's supposed to happen. So I feel like when we got engaged was the perfect time. When we got married was the perfect time. But there's so much that you go through with a person, and there's so much that we've learned over the years of being together from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. And I guess it's going to continue to happen. But I feel like in 1 year, there's so much you still don't know about that person.
No, it's not. And it's tough now, right? Because it's really tough because I understand what he's saying, right? And I understand getting married early, right? I do. I fully understand it, but it take a strong person to do that. And the reason why I say that is because, especially I guess for younger people too, and it's really different for younger people because you getting out here and you really just starting to experience life
and learn you. Like you're still, especially if you're young, you're still learning who you are.
Right, you're still experiencing life and learning who you are. Right, so it would take a lot of strength, and focus, and commitment from a young person, to be in a successful marriage.
If they got married when they're young. And it happens. You have high school sweethearts who stay together and they go through a lot, but they make that commitment to each other. Right. So I guess it's also the value that you place on marriage.
Right. Now, what I'll say though is we got engaged year 6, right? But I could say
he knew month.
That's not what I'm talking about. Because there was stuff like I was still growing in there, right? And this is why I'm saying like it take a strong person, because I was still growing, I was still everything. A lot of stuff was new, so there was a lot of hurt in there, right? But from year like 4 and on, right? I could say that I could say why maybe I should have been married from year 4. You understand what I'm saying? Because although things was still kind of rocky after year 4, but I think that's the stuff that what marriage is. All that rockiness and all that, and building up that foundation. That's what it is. That's what the marriage is. That's what is creating a stronger bond between us. Those experiences and those rough times. That's what I think. That's what I think the benefit of the early marriages.
Yeah, and I can agree with that, because I feel like being able to get through it, like whether we were married or not, made us closer. It helped us grow. Like all, everything we went through in our relationship, like all the trials, tribulations, all the ups and the downs, like all of it contributed to our growth.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying though. It takes a strong person, because everybody can't make it through everything.
That's true. People can just call it quits and just say it's not worth it. That's true. So really quick, for all of you guys who just joined us, welcome to the PowerTrip podcast, Thursday evening chat. We are your hosts, Charmaine
and Saquon.
And right now we are discussing whether or not a woman should propose to a man.
Right. Let's get back to some of the comments.
Okay.
Damien said, but I believe that this timeline should be a mutual thing. Sit down with that woman or man and talk out what this is. Talk out what this relationship is, and where is it actually going? Is it going to marriage or not? Cousin Les said, I had a almost 4-year engagement. I was not in a rush. She says, we had different things we needed before we got married. So we had a long engagement. One thing was my husband didn't want to marry with. Okay.
That's a good topic. We're going to talk about that topic. That should be another one.
Debt?
Marrying into debt. Marrying someone with debt.
So.
Or we can talk about it now if you want.
I mean, that's tough. That's tough though. But
what's tough about it?
I mean, how you want to marry somebody and you propose to them and then say,
we're gonna hold off until you clear that debt.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that.
It's tough. It is tough, because like to me, I would be like, excuse me, what?
Yeah, for all like, that, you could get a promise ring.
Yeah, like okay, so you're not really committed to me,
right?
Because this is part of what's coming.
If I don't
with
clear
me,
this, then
so we're not gonna get married. So I understand the logical argument. It's like your debt does become my debt, and now we both have to pay this off. And if this is just going, people feel like that with credit and things of that nature, it can affect you in the long run. So I get it logically.
I do too. And not that Yeah, we don't have any irresponsible debt.
No, just school debt.
Yeah, but we've grown a lot after marriage, like with our financial knowledge.
Correct. Financial literacy.
Yeah, financial literacy. It's grown exponentially since we've been married. So I think about that when it comes to debt. You know, maybe you didn't know how to take care of it then, but yeah, when we get married, this is your responsibility. I don't think I have to put the responsibility on you now.
It's our responsibility.
Yeah, but not when they just engaged.
It's our responsibility. No, okay, I get it. Like, well, I feel like once you're engaged, you're saying I'm making this commitment to marry you. So yeah, not right away, I guess, would you have to dish out money to help pay off the debt. But I do feel like once you're married, once you literally make the full commitment and you say, okay, I'm in this, don't you say through better or worse, through sickness and health, through riches and poor, like, okay, so that means that encompasses everything. Like, you are now, we're a team.
Yeah.
So if you could file taxes together, like,
yeah,
if I know you with this debt and I can help you with your, or vice versa. You have the debt.
I don't think if I knew you long enough, right, to know that you had debt that I don't really want you to have, I'm probably going to talk to you about about financial things ahead of time.
And I think you should. I think it's important
to see if you want to take care of it. Because I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you like, hey, I want to marry you, but you got to take care of this debt. Like I gotta give you the choice. Like I'm gonna give you the knowledge so you make the choice to handle this the correct way or not.
Right. And I agree. I think it definitely should be a conversation, and it shouldn't be like, because I would be a little more hesitant with someone who's just irresponsible and doesn't care about their debt. Like I've met people who literally said, I mean, it's debt, I'm never paying it back. Like it's just a construct of the government, which kind of true, but it's like I'm not going to touch it. But
depending on what debt it
is. But if I'm serious and we want to move to the next level, I may say these are things that I do need to see you doing. Like we need to get your credit in order. We need to get your debt, like, so we're making payments and chomping it down because this is important for our family.
No, well, yeah. Or we could. When we talking about our future, what I'm saying is, let's say you got a 3-year timeline, right? By year 1 or whatever, if I know that you got debt like this, and I know how to kind of clear some of this stuff, right? We're gonna have conversations about this and my beliefs of why I think you should have the credit.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
We had the conversation about how it's important and why you need to do this.
Yeah, but no, I'm not gonna say why you need to do it. That's the whole thing.
But well, how's it going to get done? Because you don't have access to all that information to do it for me.
Right. No, you can do
it. Or you didn't.
By year 1, you can do it. You're going to do it yourself. You're going to take the initiative to do it yourself.
I just said on why you should do it.
Yeah, but I'm not saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not telling you, hey, this is why you should do this.
But you are. If you're explaining the importance of it, you're really telling somebody.
I guess.
They should do it.
I guess.
Okay. Let's see. Cousin Let says we had different things we needed before we got married. So we had a long engagement. One thing was my husband. Oh, you read that. Sorry. Cousin Let says I wanted to have premarital counseling, especially because of the cultural differences. So that added some time as well. That's good. Dane says he agrees with you, bro. You may be the first to do this marriage in your family. What marriage could you glean from? That worked for them. Will it work for us? It's a lot to consider.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said next episode for the debt conversation.
Maybe that one's old. You think?
Yeah, I think they were old. They probably just coming through late. All right. So, hon, you said you had a video you want to play?
Yeah, but I don't even know if I should play it.
Okay. Why?
Because I feel like we covered a lot of what he said.
Okay. Well, listen, we're just on top of our game. We don't have to cover it.
No,
because it's 39 minutes anyway, so we can switch to the next.
All right.
Topics.
Next topics, because we don't want to have y'all what
School
that be canceled in Jesus' name. No, that's true though.
Well, it might be down the pipeline, folks.
Something gonna be canceled.
Something, a little chunk of the change is gonna be canceled,
right?
Which is a blessing. All right.
Topic 2 of the night is a clingy partner. Being too clingy.
Obsessive.
Yeah.
Are you addicted to your partner?
Right.
All right. So let's talk about it. Hey, Siege.
What's up, CJ?
So let's talk about clingy partners.
Right.
And that can be in a lot of different facets, I feel like. Because you have some partners who are just clingy, like they want to spend every moment with you, want to just be all up on you 24/7. They don't want me time. Like, I remember I used to watch Tamar and Vince, and like they used to always say like they're Velcro. And they used to like, Velcro, Velcro. But they would travel together all the time. They would hang out all the time together. Cousin Lit said, I can't with clingy. I need to breathe. So, to me, I think it just has to be a balance. So so first, let's say, what do you guys consider to be clingy? What is clingy? What is clingy to you, babe?
Clingy to me is like when you always want to be up under somebody, right? And when you don't have the chance to be up under them, like it really bothers you.
Am I clingy?
No, you can be. No, I guess like in the beginning, right? You could be like, it could be like moments of like physical clinginess.
I just like physical touch, right? Like not even like crazy touch, but I just like touch. Like I just.
All right, so but check this out.
Though.
But
not clingy.
Yeah, because it could be. So check this out. So I'll be like this, playing the game, right? That's one. That's the first step. This is the first step, right? Then the next step is you gonna do it? You gonna do the next step?
Sit on your lap? No. Or play with your ear?
No.
What?
Come up under my arm.
Oh, my head?
Yes. Be all the way up under here, right? And be pushing all the way through here. Like, I'm like, you're not glass. I can't see through you. You got me playing like this, so and then when I'm like, yo, I'm playing the game, like I'm in the middle of the game.
It's just a game.
And have an attitude. Not
a true attitude, like a slight like
a bratish attitude.
It's just a game. Don't try to be cuddling on me later.
Exactly. And be kind of stank.
Cousin Les said the hesitation is a yes. His face said yes. I'm not clingy. And I just enjoy affection.
Like I said, moments of physical clinginess. Not like, it's not now, like I said, moments. It's not like I'm going to leave the house and
I'll be calling you every second.
Yeah, because you need me. Nah, it's not like that. It's just like little tiny things.
Yeah, I just like affection. And if I wasn't, you'd be like, what's wrong with you? So.
No, I don't.
Yes, you would be.
When you're not doing that?
If I don't, if I go a week without being my normal affectionate self.
No.
Oh, please. Yeah, actually, because you'll come to me. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, he'll come to me. See, he loves my affection, and he loves the affectionate too. He just doesn't like when I'm affectionate while he's playing the game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's
the biggest thing, actually. Sorry, baby.
What?
Is because I'll do it while you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
And the difference between him and I is when I'm doing stuff, because he likes to talk. So when I'm doing stuff and he's just talking, I just kind of stop what I'm doing. And in my head, I'm annoyed, but I don't say it to him. And he'll tell me.
Yeah.
He'll be like, can you hold on real quick? I'm doing something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, he loves me.
Yeah. Thanks, Aunt Chi.
Thanks, Aunt Chi. Thanks, Auntie Vaughn.
Thank you. And I wish this was a newlywed thing, but it's not.
It's been happening for years.
It's not. We've been together since 2011, and it's been happening there. Like with my friends, like we be in the living room playing the game, like just.
Okay, calm down.
Forever.
Killer.
This has been forever. But go ahead. What were you about to say?
I was a non-labor cesarean, and they say that people who are non-labor cesareans, they crave physical touch.
Yeah, this is her scientific.
That's my explanation. Yes.
Damien says, I don't have.
Sorry.
You good? I don't have much commentary on this subject. I ain't got nobody.
That's not funny, Dave. We're not laughing at you.
However, I am. I'm laughing at what you said.
At what he said, not at him being lonely.
Right, I guess. However, no, you're right. Not I guess. However, do I mention, ladies, I'm a wonder cuddler and a great cook.
And he's a manly man.
Dr. C, repeat after me.
Right. Repeat after you that. Okay, so back to Clingy. So, Clingy, you feel like every second of the day they're kind of checking in, texting, always wanting to be in your grill.
Yeah.
You don't get any breathe, like you're suffocating pretty much.
Right.
Okay. I feel like also.
And it bothered them. Like.
That, yeah, I was going to say, like, you used to be clingy then. Because, see, he want to tell on me.
What?
Because if, you text somebody and they don't text back right away or in a time frame that you felt was acceptable.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lordy. This is years ago. But, I enter name, I'm Clingy while my husband plays the game. I, Charmaine St. Hilaire, am affectionate while my husband plays the game.
Yeah, I guess if I'm giving that definition, then maybe I can say I was clingy then.
Okay, yeah. Cousin Wes said, my friend has a clingy husband. He likes to invite himself to our hangouts. So, okay.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So I feel like with my husband, whenever I'm on the phone with my friends, they know he's about to be in the conversation. And it's
first of all, I'm already right there, and she talks on speakerphone.
Because I don't want the radiation near my ear. So, but I just feel like my friends are his friends too.
Right.
Now, unless they were talking about something personal and they didn't want to, him to know it, then I'll take it off the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
But typically, everybody just knows Saquon is there. And sometimes they'll be like, oh, what's Saquon's opinion? And then as I fought... And as far as going out to places, sometimes you'll come, sometimes you won't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go out with my friends. Yes, everyone who just joined us, we are talking about clingy partners. And please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is a PowerTrip podcast. I'm your host, Charmaine. It's my wonderful husband, Saquon.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Yes, our Thursday evening chat. So once again, we're talking about clingy partners. So what are your guys' opinions on clingy partners? Okay, and Cousin Let. So when he invites himself, does your friend enjoy him being there? Or does she kind of wish that he would stay home, but she just doesn't want to tell him, stay home?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because I feel like, I do think, so as I was saying before, I feel like there should be a balance to how much time that you have with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do think if you enjoy spending time with your spouse, I don't see anything wrong with going places together and just being together a lot. I do feel like you need personal me time.
Yeah.
Oh, he must not clean.
No. I'm just thinking about it like him actually inviting himself though. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, if he says, "Oh, okay," like if his wife is like, "Yeah, me, Cousin Len, everybody, we're going out tonight. All the girls, it's a girls' night," and then he's like, "All right, what time should I be ready?"
Yeah, that's crazy. She said, I think it's both. She doesn't mind him coming, but when he be trying to be right with us, she gets annoyed. And that's big. That's big because so for instance, then she says, so if they come here, he should stay in the living room with my husband and not in my craft studio with us girls. Correct.
I agree.
Correct. That's it's no reason.
Yeah. Why are you the only man in the mix with all these women?
Right.
Yeah.
And recently, for instance, she's going to Puerto Rico, right? But I said that if she was pregnant, I'm gonna go with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if this is for her friend's trip, for her friend's birthday trip.
Who's kind of a mutual friend of his too.
Yeah, it's kind of a mutual friend, but it's still, to me, I feel like it's still more of her friend.
Yeah.
Now, I already told her, like, I'm there for the specific reason that I said I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I just plan on chilling in a room or probably going to do my own specific thing. I don't really feel like I need to be with them. What you laughing for?
GPS installed on him.
Yeah. But for that sake though, you know, I don't feel like I need to be all up around y'all. I have no desire really to just
hang around with a whole bunch of women
the whole time.
Yeah, honestly, it's mostly just, and I think for two things. It's one, it's kind of not technically outside the country, but kind of outside of the country. Mm-hmm. And then two, it's like if I'm pregnant at the time, it's just that peace of mind of I'm here. God forbid anything happens, I'm here. So yeah, he doesn't have to be at every excursion out there with us. Right. But it's just a peace of mind, and I don't mind it.
Yeah, I know you don't mind it, and I'm like to the point where I'm like, shoot, you could stay the night with your friends all you want. I'm at least I'm near if something happens to you. Yeah, at least being this far. You get what I'm saying? Like if it was like
within the US.
Yeah, you know, you go to Florida or whatever like that, then it's like whatever. You get what I'm saying? But you want to go that far, then I'm gonna be going that far with you.
Yeah, and vice versa actually. Like he wouldn't go outside of the country without me either. That's what you said. Don't be over here changing up, buddy.
What? Why you pregnant?
No. Well, definitely while I'm pregnant. But you said like you wouldn't go on like a U trip out of the country without me.
Oh yeah, not a me trip. No. Yeah, no. I don't really. It's no real reason for me to be traveling the world by myself.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Anivon says self-care is extremely important.
Right.
Dame says, cousin let, not cool. Like, dude, go build a dresser or a shelf. And ladies, we only listen to you talk about Shaniqua because you ain't gonna stop till you tell your side of the story. So we listen. Oh gosh.
First off, I wouldn't feel comfortable being the only guy at brunch sipping a peach Bellini. No, that's Siobhan.
Hey Siobhan. Hey
what's
Nana.
Up, Nana and Siobhan? Wait, I want to go to Puerto Rico. But it just.
See, I don't know, because actually now I'm feeling like you're kind of one-sided. Talking about so you would go out the country without me.
No, I was thinking like if it was
a guy's trip.
Yes.
Outside the country.
Yes.
I'll be in the hotel because because now I guess it depends. It depends because so another big thing, and it really depends on the relationship and the why.
Yeah, and where we going?
That's what I was about to say.
Where we going?
That's what I was about to say because we're big on new experiences together, and so if he goes to a country like.
Let's say Bali.
Like
right?
Bali. Oh yeah, he ain't going without me.
Yeah, if it was Bali, right? I can't have just a guy's trip to Bali
because we want to do that together,
right?
And so our first time has to be together,
right?
Are we clingy?
and I think most of it, I don't even think it's clingy. It's just the expectation we built upon it.
On traveling.
Yeah, together already. We already, like, this is in our mind.
It's established. Yeah. Wherever we go, when we go to the beach, we always bring back sand and water from each new place we go to. So
have it on the show.
Have it on the
from every beach.
Yes. So I guess
we even got not even from beaches thinking about it.
From a waterfall.
From a river. Yeah, the waterfall.
Was that not a river? No, that was a waterfall.
That was the river.
Babe, that was a waterfall.
It's not the El Yunque River or something
El
like
Yunque
that?
waterfall.
No, it's the rainforest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Thanks, there's a lot of things. Yeah. I think clingy becomes where maybe it's like an obsession. Like, because some people are addicted to their partner.
Right.
I was watching a clip from the reel, and they were just like, yeah, I'm addicted. Like Adrienne was saying, when she leaves her husband's house, like when she left their house, like sometimes she would cry in the car because it was like she just loves him so much and was gonna miss him.
Nah.
And I feel like, bro, go on your me trip. Dane, I'll see you guys there. You're gonna see me with my neck pillow. Hey Dane, how you guys doing? Like, man, you brought her. But yeah, I think that is like too much.
Yeah.
I do like the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So like a few days away from each other, I think it's great because for one, like if you're together all the time, what new do we really have to talk about?
Right.
So it's like when we have our own times, and when we have our own times away from each other, it's like we get to come back with new stories to tell and, things like that. And then it also makes you miss the person.
Right.
Like when you go to Virginia, well, you haven't really went to Virginia without me in a while, but when you did, it was like, you missed me, I miss you.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's healthy.
Cousin Les said, if you that addicted, you need some therapy. That's right, you do. Damien said, I guess that C-section effect is kicking on Dr. C. Leaving your husband is not like leaving your newborn. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, because your newborn can't take care of themselves. Your husband can.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. That's clingy, y'all. No, it's not. It's really, honestly, I promise y'all, it's really not. So say you since you too. No, listen, we're really not clingy. Honestly, we just enjoy each other's company.
Right.
Some people like to get away from their partner and go on these trips without them because it's their break.
Yeah,
they don't want to be there.
And it's just the people that you be around sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? So for me, for instance, on my little bachelor trip, right?
Yeah, I didn't go. And on my bachelor,
she didn't go, but I was wishing she was there. Like, relax. No, but
because the experience would have been different.
Yeah. It was just, I know what we would have done compared to what I did with others.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know the energy. I know,
Yeah, it's a different experience. Like,
yeah, and I was excited to go without you.
Yeah.
I was excited. I was excited to say, all right, cool, boom. We out here, guys, shit. We're gonna have some fun. You get what I'm saying? I was excited for it.
And that's another thing. When he goes and does his own thing, I'm excited for him. Like, I want him to go have fun.
Yeah.
I always say, enjoy yourself. I just, of course, be safe. But I don't have to say, oh, don't drink too much. Don't do this. Don't do that. I'm just like, enjoy yourself because I trust him and I know he's going to be responsible.
Yeah.
Now, some of the people he may travel with, I have to talk to them. But
yeah,
this one, he's
and that's what I'm saying. So, sometimes those people is what throw it off.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind being responsible, actually. I really don't.
I actually enjoy it.
I don't. Like, I'll drink. We could do whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We could do all of that. I just like to move a specific type of way. And I feel like some people just don't move the right way for me.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about girls' trips and your husband wanting to go on the girls' trip? Now, let's say in-state versus out of the country. And
is there a difference for y'all?
Is there a difference between traveling in-state and out of the country without your spouse without your spouse? I heard that some women actually, even if they're not married, will wear a wedding ring while they're out of the country as a sign to say like somebody loves me. But no, seriously, as a sign to say that I am taken, and as a way to dissuade them from being like kidnapped and things of that nature, because they know somebody will come looking for them. Yeah, I actually did hear that. And then I know a lot of people, especially women, I've heard are going on like these solo trips. And, you know, I think a solo trip can be amazing. It can be life altering and revitalizing, and it can really open your mind and, you know, be refreshing. However, I've had a friend actually who did a solo trip, which there was a solo trip when she was saying, yeah, she did a solo trip, and these guys went into where she was staying, broke in while she was there. And, you know, like she could have lost her life. She could have been raped. A lot of things could have happened.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments. Do you guys think that you know, traveling outside of the country is different than traveling, you know, within these United States of America?
I believe so.
Or do you like? Does it depend on the country? Maybe
that's what it does. It does. It depends on the country and the rep. Same thing as moving here in this country.
Yeah, that's true. Some states.
Because because some states is like that too. So I know that, you know, sometimes girls like to go out dressed a certain type of way and everything like that. Well, depending on where you're going, you could be a target because y'all going out drinking, dressed a certain type of way. You don't know what.
But that could be anywhere too. I think that's a big part, is how do you conduct yourself?
Yeah. And see, and that's so me, my little gauge, it teeters based on who these people are.
Right.
And how I know that you behave. Because that's these flags for people. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, especially as like a man, thinking it like of other men and what they may do and the potential, like even if you know your partner doesn't do it, knowing what if like that's what their friends do, it'll attract that energy, and you're not gonna just be left alone because you're the good one. No, they're gonna, you know,
they gonna
clump you all as a target.
They're gonna clump everybody, and somehow, some way, you're gonna be the only way doing something. You're gonna be the only one doing something. The only one sober enough, or what's the word I want to say? Mature enough to be handling the situation right, or telling everybody it's time to go, or if you decided to go by yourself, now you by yourself. Right. So like it's a lot to that.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Damien says, all this smack coming from the single guy. I'm probably a trip. In a relationship, sitting outside the bathroom, babe. You good, man? I made you a latte.
Dave. Clingy.
Because listen, I have a friend I retreat with a lot. But that's all in Cali. When we went out of state to Hawaii, we took our husbands.
Nice.
Okay. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Miss Michelle.
Because I've been single so long, I would love it that if I got married, my husband and I would keep our own separate homes. So when he get on my nerves, I can go to my house.
What?
That's why it's best for me to stay single.
That's really interesting.
That is.
And I guess if you lived a certain way for so long, that's a huge transition to now date somebody and then have to put up with their stuff all the time when you're so used to just going home to your peace.
And don't get me wrong, I think it would be different though if we had like, so let's say I think I mentioned this before. Let's say we had a condo somewhere or a house somewhere, right? And I'm not about to stay there all night though. But let's say we had another house somewhere, right? And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm out of here.
No, you're not. You gotta go to your little office. Cool yourself down. You out of here. Where you going?
To our condo.
No, you're not.
To our condo that you got the key to.
No. Because that's too much.
I probably go to the door and the ring would probably go off and you can see me. Like
no. Because because I feel like that's like the getting mad, leaving the house, going to a hotel. Like I feel like it's equivalent. It's just a condo.
But you can't come. No, that's different.
Oh, I can come. I'm like, man, yes, that's my husband. Give me the key. No. That's too much. We gotta work this thing out.
Yeah. Damien says, sidebar. Next episode, we should talk about partners having close friends of the opposite sex. Do we trust them?
We could talk about it. That's a good one.
My G says, I went to Aruba for 2 weeks without Poppy.
Oh,
we Skyped daily. That's
wow.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
We Skyped daily, and I had fun with the girls, with the girlfriends. I miss Poppy so much. I also went to Canada for a 4-day weekend trip.
Cabana.
And I had fun.
Yeah, and I think that also is because Poppy doesn't really enjoy traveling.
And that plays a part. If you don't like if you with somebody that don't even like to travel or scared of planes and all of this,
yeah, then they may not. And that's a tough one too. I was also reading something that said, what if you and your spouse have different ideas of how you like to travel? Like this woman, her husband likes fancy like 5-star hotels. He like, but like, room service, things like that. And she like low key bread and breakfasts and things like that. So it's kind of like, what if we have two different styles of travel?
Right.
So I think you'd have to meet in the middle with that one. But
Damien said, "Was she solo trip to Chicago?" It was Trinidad, right?
Who's he talking to? Who's he talking about? Me?
Nadira.
I think it was either Trinidad or Barbados or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Tanya says, I have traveled out of the country with my friends, but I've traveled with my people who intentions align with mine. Right.
That's good. That's good.
To the T, because you can't be out the country with nobody that you would think be jumping astray,
Yeah. I think it's all a balance. And you have to, I do think it's important for both of us, my friends, they all know Saquon. They all can have great conversation with Saquon, but I can still have that time with my friends. And I still have my relationship with my friends where we can go to lunch and we can hang out without him and have my time away. Right. Or even my me time. Even though we're always together, he can be in here just kind of chilling, doing his thing while I'm out in the living room doing my own thing. It's just we have that time to where we can just have our own thoughts, relax, do whatever is necessary for us.
Yeah.
And I think it's huge to do that, especially like I said, I think on a different podcast, I'm grateful for our relationship because we always strive to be better individuals and better partners. Mm-hmm. And so to be a better individual, sometimes you have to take that time for yourself to, have self-growth. So
yeah, you need the space.
Yes. Mama J says, absent makes the heart grow fonder. Trust your spouse. So let's talk about that. Sometimes
it's not even.
That's what I was going to say. Let's talk about that. Yeah. Do you think with clingy partners, it comes down to a lack of trust?
No. Just like I was saying with the proposing to the men, there's so many reasons why that could be coming about, right? Mm-hmm. Anxiety. Mm-hmm. Anxiety could be brought about because of anger, being worried, scared, mm-hmm. all these type of things. And I think that's kind of what that could be too,
So that the husband is scared, but okay.
Scared, worried.
Worried that they're going to lose you, worried that you're going to get hurt. What is the fear?
Actually, that list could come out. See, well, no. If you want to say worried that you're going to lose them, that go back to trusting your partner.
Right.
But if I said it's not trusting your partner, then it could be, all right, well, you going to Trinidad. Let's say you go to Trinidad, you got robbed there last time.
So off of experience that you're fearful that it could happen again. So you weren't there to protect them.
Right. It could be experience. It could be What's the channel Robin be watching?
Oh, the Murder Files or something.
Yeah, whatever that is.
The ID child.
Yeah.
The ID.
If you sit around watching these cases and these
first 48s
and things like that, Like you could genuinely be a person that is scared. Like
No, that's true.
you know, you don't have faith in humanity.
Deep. That's deep.
But for real, it's actually people out there that just don't trust people like that.
Yeah.
You know? And like think about the people that say, oh wow, there is nice people in this world.
Well, why are you surprised?
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I think that's what it comes down to, is kind of finding out the underlying reason on why your spouse is clingy.
Right.
Because if it's a trust issue, okay, that's a whole different story where we have to work on that. Hey, Crystal.
What's up, Crystal?
Crystal, let us know your opinion on clingy partners. But yeah, if it's a trust issue, then that's something you really do have to work out.
Right.
Because
you should
trust
in their relationship at all, you think? Crystal? I can't see.
I wouldn't say you guys are clingy
at all.
I don't think you guys are clingy.
Sorry for cutting you off. So.
But yeah, if it's a trust issue, then it was like, you have to figure out, was trust, why don't they trust you? And sometimes it's hard because guys will say also, it's not that they don't trust you, they don't trust other people.
Right.
And it's like that really just gets on my nerves, because it's like, well, I can't control other people. I can only control myself. So I can't walk around in fear of what other people are going to do and not live my life. So I think it has to be a compromise there, where it's like you don't want to just brush off,
right,
your spouse's concerns, but then the spouse has to be understanding and also work with you to be like, okay, I know these are fears of things, because it's all like, it could happen. They don't know what's going to happen, but they think certain things could happen. Just how you were saying, like, okay, if you travel with women who don't carry themselves, the most respectable, then certain things could happen, but it could not happen.
No, that's true.
So it has to be a balance on that.
Right.
And now for the fear aspect that you mentioned, if they're just scared of the world, then I think also like counseling and really self-discovery within that individual needs to happen, because you shouldn't live a life that you're so fearful to move around, to where now you're also going to tighten the ropes on your family from being able to do certain things.
Right. And yeah, with the trust, like she said, it's kind of like it. You gotta have like open communication and try to figure it out and compromise too, because certain things, certain things, like let's say the club. I don't see no reason for my wife to be in the club.
I don't see a reason for me. I never actually even enjoyed clubbing.
Yeah, she never enjoyed it, but your friends did.
Yeah. The only way I go to the club is if I'm in the VIP section away from the crowd, because I don't like to be in the crowd.
Yeah, I don't go to the club no more.
Yeah.
I don't really see the whole.
Because what is the purpose of going to the club? For men and then for women. My purpose is never to find somebody, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So people say, "Oh, just to go out and dance." Well, why when you go out and dance, you gotta have this whole promiscuous dress and all this extra stuff? Like, you're not trying to just go out and dance.
Yeah, you want attention.
You want appeal. You're trying to look good to have this type of appeal and everything. You're not just looking nice for your friends. It just, I don't know. I just think it's different, and I think most guys that's out there at the club, they have an agenda as well.
Sure do. And that's the crazy thing too. It's like, for me, my mindset was always, for one, I'm not looking for a man in nobody's club.
And not all, but most.
Yeah. And two, I feel like if a guy tries to talk to me in the club, I don't take it seriously, because I feel like he'll try to talk to anybody in the club. So to me, I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like that's the environment for that. It's kind of like speed dating. Like, you're in there dancing, scoping the scene,
in the dark,
making eye contact. Yeah, everybody's trying to dress in an impressive way, or seductive way to attract somebody. Even if they're in a relationship, people go out and I think, that's another good topic.
What?
Some people in a relationship want, like, they say like, oh, I want to see if I still have it. Or they say like, I just want attention. I don't take it, I don't get numbers or anything, but I like when guys flirt with me.
Yeah.
Because I know I still have it. It's like this, I don't know, I guess maybe it's FOMO, like fear of missing out, where when you're in a relationship and you're in a relationship with someone for such a long period that you may feel like you're missing out on the life outside of that relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I guess when you say it like that, not like even just like listening to it, right? Mm-hmm. I would think that person feels not a fair and missing out. They're not secure.
In themselves.
Yeah, so they need to confirm it again.
That's true. They need outside confirmation versus knowing it for themselves.
Right, and it could be insecurity, mm-hmm. and that insecurity could be something within themselves, or maybe they love Tinker's not being filled.
That's a good point.
And they feeling like they need to go somewhere else to fill it up.
That's good one.
So that one kind of could go a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
Man, look. What I'm saying here, just thinking about everything, mm-hmm. and it's like a lot of it is just communication. Mm-hmm. You really got to be able to sit down, talk, dig through thoughts. You get what I'm saying? Dig deeper into what's really bothering you, or and honesty.
Yeah. Yeah, and it can be tough and it can be uncomfortable, but I think in order to make your relationship better, those are just necessary steps.
Right. It's like climbing a mountain. Like when we go hiking, mm-hmm. It ain't easy to get to the top.
Sure.
It's not easy to get to the top, but it feels wonderful once you're on the way back down.
Yes, Lord. And
for the rest of the day.
Top.
No, making it to the top, we feel good. Like it's like a little workout, woo, and then you get, ooh, this is also the climax part. You get what I'm saying?
And you get to see the beautiful view. Like it's so worth it. It becomes right.
And coming down is easier.
Yeah.
And for the rest of the day,
that dopamine kicks in.
Yeah, for the rest of the day, we'd be like, man, I'm glad we went to our hike.
Like we feel good.
Yeah. So that's all it is.
Okay.
But you need honesty to do it, because you can't cheat a hike.
No.
Cousin Les says, I like to go dancing, but clubs for 40 and up is not like it is for 30 and under. Yeah, I guess I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
No, I do. We did go to one. It wasn't 40 and up, but
Mama J, how old did you have to be?
They wasn't there.
For Papa J's birthday? That wasn't for that?
That wasn't 40 and up.
Oh no? Didn't you have to be a certain age?
I don't know. She have to answer that. I don't think it was 40 and up, but we went to a club that was a lot of older people.
Shars has the blues. They closed permanently.
Right. So
that was so nice.
Yeah, and it is different.
It's different. Oh, it's different.
It's different.
It's a different type of different.
I think the difference in there is that a more mature guy, a more older guy, mm-hmm. right? Whether he in there to do stuff that he not supposed to or not, he scoped the scene. Mm-hmm. Like he's not approaching every female like that. Mm-hmm. He looking for, if he want to do some wild, he looking for the one
the wild lady.
Yeah, he gonna look for the one that's doing the wild stuff.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the one that's out here dancing crazy and that's the one you're gonna go to.
Yeah, and they're crazy.
Yeah, they there too.
See, things still happen in the older clubs.
Yeah,
but it is different. It is different, and maybe because I was like a live band, like blues. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it was
a good time. But yeah, so Mama J says it was 25 and up.
Okay, so 25 and up is in.
And we were.
It takes a lot of it takes a lot of that unnecessary drama out.
Yeah. Which is great.
Right. My sisters, we wasn't 25. No. My sisters and no wasn't.
Yeah, we just got in because Papa Jack's
pretty much.
Birthday.
Yeah, that's how we got in. Mm-hmm. Private.
Cousin Lex says the 40 plus don't restrict age, just draws a different crowd based on music or theme.
Right.
Yeah, and I guess that would be with anything. It's like if you're going and it's a certain type of music playing, a certain type of theme, a certain type of ambiance, it's gonna attract certain type of people.
Yeah.
That's why I said I would do like a nice lounge where they're still playing good music, but it's just more chill.
Yeah, and like you said, it depends on how you carrying yourself still.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That's huge.
Big factor.
Like how you and your friends carry yourself.
Yeah, and it changes as you get older. It can for some people.
If your friend is a hooch, I might not be maybe you don't need to go with them. You get what I'm saying? Because she's gonna attract guys just coming around y'all unnecessarily.
Yeah. Your friend is a hooch.
For real, right?
Yeah.
Why you even want to be around her acting like that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and that's why I guess with like, because I feel like with certain friendships, like certain people you may be friends with from childhood. And it's like you mature or you go into a certain direction and then they go into a certain direction, but you still remain cool and cordial. So it's like you don't just end the friendship because it's like you guys are still okay. But it's just with those friends, you just have to hang out with them doing certain things.
Right.
Like you wouldn't go to the club because you're not going to do what they do at the club.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we took that from Clingy, but
yeah.
All righty. It's been an hour 20. What do you want to do?
I don't know. Is there anything out there just randomly that we don't usually talk about? Because we used to talk about shows and other stuff. I don't know. Is there anything out there? Any show that you guys could recommend to us before we get off? Got about what?
10 minutes. 9 minutes.
9 minutes left. 9 minutes left.
Yeah.
What's some good shows that you guys can recommend to us? We've been on
Black Lightning.
Well, we finished that.
No, it still has
it still has some. So we've been on Black Lightning and Supergirl and Snowfall. I feel like we haven't had a good one. Like I want a good show like a Ozark or something like that.
Did you guys see Lupin? That was a good show. It's on Netflix. That was a really good show. You said like Ozark. Ozark was
Lupin is like that too. Like it's a lot of mystery and a nice story to it.
Yeah.
Things like Supergirl is like or Black Lightning. It's the same story all over and over again, just different characters. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really think of too many shows. We don't watch too many shows. We just kind of catch certain shows and just watch that, but we mostly watch stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, like financial stuff and things like that. That's what we spend, and that's another thing about the clinginess thing. Like we spend a lot of our time like chilling, doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We have same interest
in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We different, but a lot of things
we enjoy doing together.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, well, I guess if you guys don't have any new shows, I don't really think there's too much new in the world. Well, there's a lot of new things in the world going on, but we don't get into politics.
Yeah, not today.
Well, we appreciate you guys all for joining us. If you are here, please make sure you like this video. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and that you share our YouTube page with people you think would be interested in the conversation.
Yes.
Cousin What says Debris is interesting and new on Hulu. Oh, we have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, we love you guys. Have a wonderful
night. Love everyone.
Night.
Good night.
Yes.
And thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Yes. Peace.
Deuces.
We can talk about Tulip Boy.
Tulip Boy.
I never heard of that. I have to look into that. Oh, I guess maybe in Debris. The boy who got arrested for picking a tulip. He was 6. Oh, I didn't even hear. Oh, we're going to have to look into that.
All right, so we got topics for next week then.
Yeah, I forgot.
Tulip Boy.
Tulip Boy.
We're going to talk about Tulip Boy. We're going to talk about the opposite sex friend.
Okay.
And you said something.
Feeling like you still got it.
Feeling like you still got it. Those are the 3 topics for next week. Remember them. get y'all details together for next week.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all again.
A documentary I joined is My Octopus Teacher. Good
What
night,
the
guys.
heck? All these things just coming out of nowhere.
I think it's just delayed on our end. Okay, so My Octopus Teacher and Debris, and then Tulip Boy. Oh, that is so sad. Arrested at 6 for picking a tulip.
Where was he at? Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll look into it
next week. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably what it is, though.
That's ridiculous. All right, y'all. For real. Good night.
Good night, people. Talk to y'all next week.
Yes.